Let's get ready to rumble! You can't handle the truth.
Bill Maher took to the airwaves on Friday night to make some bold declarations about China, in that he doesn't understand why so many people in Hollywood and in the entertainment business tie themselves to defending a regime that really should not be defended. And on that issue, Bill Maher is absolutely 100% right. But then he took a veiled shot at Donald Trump and conservatives.
Now, we do have human rights issues right here at home, we do. But we're still, at least for another 3 years, a democracy based on freedom. And they are an authoritarian surveillance state based on how'd you like to disappear for a few months?
Well, excuse me, Bill, but to be quite honest, you're full of it. Your insinuation that it's only when a Donald Trump or a conservative is in power that we lose freedom and could very well become a dictatorship is absolutely ludicrous, asinine, and one only has to pull his head out of his own arse to take a look around that you can answer the question, when were we freer? Under Donald J. Trump or under Joe Biden? And I think the answer is clear on that. Look at what's happening in our nation right now. The city of Washington has already gone into lockdown mode over the fact that maybe there will be a freedom convoy coming to Washington, D.C. Look at what happened over the weekend, and not a word of condemnation from our own White House as Trudeau turned his police loose like Nazi stormtroopers crushing the truckers. The crowds that were there to support the truckers immediately dispersed. Kind of sad. Nobody really stood with them to defend them. Sadder. And to watch these truck drivers being put face down on the ground and handcuffed is just absolutely unbelievable. But again, nary a word from our own White House. And why? I told you this a week ago, that Trudeau had actually been pushed into this by our own White House. Why? Because it was a test run. If these kind of rights and freedoms can be stripped in Canada, waiting to see what the Canadian reaction would be, waiting to see what the worldwide backlash would be, no backlash from the world. The Canadians finally rolled over and said, "Uncle." That means Biden will now feel emboldened to do the same thing here. And look what they've been doing in places like Canada. Sending the people who are infected with the virus to literally separating them from society. That's not me making that up. That's actually happened there. And so now you have the Biden administration emboldened by that. You have the Biden administration right now that is continuing to strip us of our freedoms and our rights, making unilateral decisions. You know, at what point do they have to, any of these mandates and regulations that they keep ramming down our throats, is that ever going to get run by Congress? The authoritarian here is Joe Biden. The dictator here is Joe Biden. Now, you may not like Donald Trump. You may not like his policies. You may have thought he tweeted out mean things, but we were free. And as Bill Maher's audience laugh and cheer and applaud over the fact that members of the Trump family, i.e. Ivanka, his sons, are being told by a New York judge they will give sworn deposition, and the people applaud, finally the corruption being exposed. What corruption? A businessman doing business. We want to talk about corruption being exposed. What about a president's son who literally exposed himself repeatedly, Hunter Biden? Nobody set him up. This was not Russian intel. This man is a sick, twisted pervert. engaging in all types of weird sexual proclivities that he filmed, had on his laptop, uploaded to places like Pornhub, and the grieving of his brother's widow, the consoling her, the grieving widow, turned out to be he got her hooked on meth, and these two were having meth-induced drug orgies. I mean, just unbelievable. This family is sick, twisted, corrupt. The daughter's in hiding. We're told that when the FBI pulled their little raid on the founder of Project Veritas looking for the daughter's diary, because supposedly it makes some pretty incredible accusations against the current occupant of the White House. And I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say here about that. So we're watching this president of ours gin up a war. He wants Russia to invade. He's daring Russia to invade. He is salivating for days now. We have been high alert. The news media is just going berserk. Any minute now, Russia's going to invade. Any minute now, Russia's going to invade. What is Biden's real interest in Ukraine? Could it be that he and some of his top associates own a whole lot of land there? I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a manufactured crisis designed to get our attention on anything but the complete abject failure that is Joe Biden and his administration. Inflation through the roof. Jobs are going away. Store shelves are empty. Mandates are on the run, but only because the governors of even Democratic states are stepping up and saying enough is enough is enough. They are smacked in the face with the reality. It really is an election year, and the American people are not going to stand for this anymore. So this is what we have. So, Bill, to be quite honest, you're full of it. You know, to act like that right now we're still free. We're not free. It's an illusion. We were told that our freedoms are not really ours. They're at the discretion of the government, and if they decide they need to be suspended for a health crisis, then they are empowered to do that. So we don't really have freedoms. We have selected privileges that they will decide when we can have them. Joe Biden even said of the Second Amendment, hey man, nothing's forever. So, Bill, if you're going to go on this high horse that the Democrats are still about freedom, baloney. Look at the crackdown this White House really wants YouTube and other social media platforms to take with anyone who disagrees with them about anything. It immediately gets labeled as disseminating of false information. Really? Really? We're told we have to follow the experts. Yet how many times have the experts been proven to be wrong? So you have a White House that endorses censorship, removal of opposition. They're getting ready to gear up for a convoy that they are ready and poised to refer to and label as domestic terrorists. They have declared war on we the people, yet you're saying that we're still free, but if a Donald Trump manages to get elected in 2024, then we're going to be a reflection of China? Give me a break. Who is China more concerned with, Donald Trump or the current occupant, Joe Beijing Biden? How about a little bit of honesty, Bill? I know you're not a dumb man because you've seen right through what's happening now with the pandemic. You're very vocal about that. Don't tell me you don't actually really see what's going on. So one must conclude you're just a paid shill. You get to say and speak some truth about the virus as long as you kowtow the talking points and the propaganda on the rest of this bullhawk. Well, Bill, you used to pride yourself at being politically incorrect, but really, you're just a tool of the establishment.